I was most excited about having Alan just give it to me. Because I love them.
Blue.
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 Blue hydrangea.
Blue f***ing hydrangea.
If there's a secret assassin of Shade, that's me.
Who would be the shadiest of the season? All I'm gonna say on that is that we do have the Queen of Reeds, Ms. Jujubee, in the season. But I mean, I could be one. Pangina could be one.
Blue f***ing hydrangea.
Oh yeah, you're kind of right.
She's so shady. And I say that with like the highest form of endearment and love, but she is so shady.
But she's shady, like Blue shady in the way that you wouldn't expect it to come out of her mouth, and then all of a sudden, whoop, there it is.
Oh my God, she's always shady. Blue goes round acting like she's some innocent little choir boy, virgin little Oliver Twist character, and then in real life she's a dirty cow, a trollop, but she does it like sweet, so you can't even say anything back because it's like kicking a puppy. But I'm like, Blue, you little cow, don't say that. So like, I did a show the other day and I had a wig on, and she said she's the one who came up with I look like Rod Stewart.
Juju, were you shady? Yes. Yeah. Me. I was the shadiest queen.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say, I'm gonna have to say Pangina.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it is Blue, but she really had some tough competition this season. Like everybody's been saying, Mo was very quick off the bat to let people know that she can be fast with her tongue. But also, Miss Janie is not one to mince her words, so she will tell it as it is.
I would say Pangina is a shady asshole. Shady bitch. She's like a 1,000-year-old oak tree casting so much shade. But she's also, one of those kind of like, oh, like Humi, like I'm not like that shady, but then they're shady as boots. They're shady. So I'm gonna say Pangina, the shady bitch. And Blue, that spicy little Blue. And she can be a little bit shady. And, I'll vote for myself as well. I was a shady little bitch. And that was really fun. I think, it's really fun to be shady. I mean, you're kind of trying to psych each other out. You're kind of trying to test the boundaries and make good TV. So, I mean, if you're not being shady, then what are you doing? So, you gotta be a little bit shady here and there. And Mo, I can't wait. I hope our fight is on there because that was so funny. I can't wait for that. But I was scared. I was like, oh, she's gonna kill me.
Blue hydrangea. She is the shadiest little bitch in the world, especially when she's in drag. When she's a boy, and I can't do the little, the little Belfast accent.
Yeah.
But when she's in drag, she's a little shady little somebody, Jimbo is shady boots. I don't know if they kept it in the edit, but we almost fought one time because she said something real slick.
I hope they did.
And the whole room was like, I'm about to handle her ass, and I recognize in that moment, you're the only black one, girl. Don't do it. So I would say, here you go. My top three: Blue hydrangea, Jujubee is shady as boots too, and Jimbo, who's slightly like Gia Gunn because she stirs the pot.
Oh my gosh, North American drag is unique because you can't really put all the queens in one little box. It's so vast and it's so different. And North American drag basically shows the world that drag and art has no boundaries. So that's really what we are. We are everything and anything.
I would say Canadian drag is sort of unique in that there aren't really a lot of venues. There isn't really a pageant system in Canada. And so it's a DIY kind of drag vibe where people are making their own opportunities to perform and making their own opportunities to really showcase drag. And there isn't really this club circuit like there is in the UK and in the States that helps sort of culture and support the drag scene. So I think it's maybe we're used to working just a little bit harder.
So Dutch people in general have a certain Dutch soberness. So a very real, very realistic, very sober. We approach things as they come. So that is very much influenced in how we see drag. Of course, we've also been influenced by all of the seasons of Drag Race altogether. But we are kind of underestimated sometimes. We have some really good dancing, hosting skills, singing girls. It's just very, very diverse.
I do think that we have a long history of Thai drag from the pageant system, but also from theater. So drag relatively is a new thing when it comes to Thailand because we don't have that word in the Thai language. So because of how I was a melting pot of all these cultures, this is who I am, and it would be my take on it.
We do not take ourselves seriously in the slightest. Yes, we all step our looks up, and yes, we can really turn it out. But in terms of taking things seriously, we see the light and the humor and the joy in everything, and we apply it to everything that we do. And I think that really sets us apart from everybody else.
We absolutely are tits and wigs. We do not take ourselves too seriously. I think meeting someone like Mo is like the perfect example of the difference, because Mo is so poised and so like full of grace, and just like the look is so, she takes it so seriously and everything's perfect. Whereas like then there's Baga, or me, or Cheryl, and we're like a bit rough and ready. And I like that. I think it's very charismatic, and I think that's one of the reasons why Drag Race UK has done so well for itself, well enough to bring the BBC Three back to television.
I think because when I started drag, you had to work in a bar and a club, you had to be able to sing, and like if you wanted to work in like the Brewers and I don't know, Admiral Duncan, this was the days where you couldn't go on stage and just lip sync. You had to know how to work an audience and you basically had to do live stand up. You know what I mean? You have to like tease the audience and stuff. So we're very good at we're the home of theatre. You know what I mean? We're the home of Shakespeare and Judi Dench. So we're very, you know what I mean? We bring the goods, whereas and believe me, they look amazing. I know so many British queens that look amazing, but in America, I think it's more about how you look and not what you do.
I just think that maybe in the States we have a lot more different avenues and spaces created where people can express themselves. There's also a lot of money in pageantry, so if you live in those areas where there's a pageant system going on, you hop in that system, you're able to provide for yourself, when many queer people, entertainers, don't have the skill sets or the training to have a professional career. So this allows them those opportunities, and with those opportunities, you're able to hone your craft and have that excellence and have that eye for perfection and refinement to your drag, as well as having weird circuit parties where you're doing all of the crazy, hanging like an orangutan, your body's painted blue, you know, you lit your crotch on fire, you took a douche on top of a pizza in New York City and you're eating it. Like, it's the crazy, all of it. So that's at The Box in Manhattan. Go check it out. It's a fabulous time. Go take photos with Amanda Lepore. She didn't take the crap on the pizza. Some other entertainer did.
Everybody knows that I've been judged by Michelle before, but every single time Michelle is there judging a queen, I know for a fact that the queen is just terrified. Like, I dread being read by Michelle because she never lets down that you know, that wall of like judgment. That's what she's there to do. It's her job to do that, but it's so scary. I was most excited about having Alan just give it to me. Because I love them.
I think I was both most excited for and most dreading getting critiques from Michelle Visage, because the bitch does not miss a detail ever. So if there's one tiny thing off, you know she's gonna catch it. And I almost feel like if you catch the thing first and you're thinking about it, she can read your mind. So that's even worse.
I was, of course, nervous to see Michelle. The last time I saw her was my episode I went home on Canada's Drag Race. She sent me packing.
It was great to have familiarity and like see your besties in front of you again. Me and RuPaul always FaceTiming. But for me, I was so excited to see Alan again because we have such a great rapport and he's just so fun, charismatic, and we'll say it how it is, but it's always got an element of humor to it that always lifts the room. The one I was dreading the most was Michelle because she is such like mumsy. She'll really nurture you and take care of you post your season and check in on you. But the minute you're back in the Thunderdome, it's like, no, I'm here to judge you. And trust and believe, she judges.
Potentially my favorite guest judge that they have on across all the seasons is Alan. I just think he's so in touch with drag and also just really funny. So I was excited to be judged by him again. Not so much excited for RuPaul and Michelle of
RuPaul, because she's the one who I don't know what it is. You just want to impress her. You don't want to go on. Nobody wants to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul say, "Jake, you're shit."
Never being judged before by Ru, Michelle, or any of the other guest judges is as well as an advantage as it is not necessarily a demon or problem or anything. It's for like, okay, but let me say this. For other girls who've been in front of them, they know sort of what they're into, they know what they're like, so they can already make a little plan, preparing, going in front of the same judging again. I think that for me, it was an advantage because they don't really know me yet. They don't really know my work yet. So everything I'm presenting is new, which is already exciting and already really fun. And you have a great opportunity for them to get to know you.
Yeah, I think like just to go off with what Janie said, I think it's a fresh perspective because we've never met them before and we both were so excited to actually like be judged by them and walk down the runway and let them, have open criticism for us. So we love that. But I don't think it's an advantage or a disadvantage because if we do badly, they're not biased people. They would give it to you.
I like Mr. Carr. He's really funny with his little accent, his little teeth, and his little glasses. I was excited but slightly nervous because he'll read you the house down boots too, and you're like, wait, did he just read me? Ouch, he did. Yes, he did. Graham is very much like the uncle/grandfather of the group, so he'll like give you some guidance, but you don't feel like, ouch, he came for my soul. Like you slightly want to, go in the back and caress him and be fond of his beard for at least 5 minutes. Yeah, as far as being terrified, I really wasn't nervous about being judged this time. Like the last time I was there, I took things very, very personal because drag is so personal. This time I knew it wasn't personal, it's just business. So they're gonna give their critique and it is what it is. So I really wasn't nervous. Also, I feel like I had nothing to be nervous about, bitch. I came ready.